Hey folks, Foggy here. Welcome to day 118 of my Euro Solo board gaming. Described by many to be ill-advised and stupid. We're wrapping up Elder Sign Week here. Technically not wrapping up the week because we still have one more day of the week to go, but we are doing the last of the expansions for Elder Sign. This was Omens of the Deep, which I've had a lot of difficulty trying to get this one recorded. For various reasons, I've had some technical difficulties. I wasn't reading the rules right at one point. So I decided after a lot of frustration, I would move on to a separate, to the other two expansions and then come back to this one. And in this one, we have, it's broken up into stage 1 and stage 2. You have two different decks to work from here. You start off on stage 1, and you are attempting to deal with Dagon, in this case. I decided to go with Dagon because even though Hydra is listed as average, the fact that you cannot take adventures without losing stamina or sanity, I've got to really hate that. I really did hate that after a while. So we're going to try the actual hard one, and if we lose, we lose. C'est la vie. But you are attempting to get to stage 2, which means that you have to get through a certain number of predefined adventures over here. And then once you get to stage 2, there's an amulet on the back, and you have to try to get these broken amulet pieces to basically release dice that are on there. And that can be really, really tricky. So it can be either really difficult or really easy, depending on how many broken amulet pieces you have. Once you get all of the... You have to get to stage 2 to even get Elder Signs. And there are these special Deep One monsters that are a special monster cup. And if 4 of those come out onto the adventures, essentially the ship is wrecked and you have to flip it over. And the items that you can do on the back are a lot costlier and a lot just not pleasant. So you want to try to be on that as much as possible. As with the other Elder Sign games that we're doing, I'm going to choose an investigator specifically from this deck. It is worth noting that Daisy Walker the Librarian is from this deck, not from the one she's actually on. She's actually on, her image appears on the Unseen Forces expansion, and yet she wasn't in it. So, poor Daisy. I just find that just bizarre. Like, why save her for like the Omens of the Deep one? It's just weird. But we got a chef, we got a librarian, which you always need if you go out on the ocean. You got a farmhand, the fed, and so on. So we're going to shuffle these up. We're going to choose one. We're going to shuffle the rest back into the rest of the investigators, and then we will choose one with, this one really wants to be chosen, I guess. We will choose one with complementary stats. And as you know from all week, every investigator, with the exception of one from the Pharaohs expansion, has 10 stamina and sanity total. And usually they're one of 5 different configurations. And so I like to choose 2 investigators that if you add them up, you get 10 stamina and 10 sanity total. Daisy Walker, speak of the devil. She's a 5/5, so we'll go ahead and shuffle this up and we'll do another 5/5. Once per day, when a secured dice is removed from one of Daisy's spells to complete a task, she may spend 1 sanity to regain that spell instead of returning it face down from the bottom of the deck. So she has the ability to basically let her stamina run down, or sanity run down, and then continue to reuse a secure dice spell, which I think is of limited use in the game, to be honest. I don't use the secures that often. They are helpful, but I really don't use them that often. I don't. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I always have such a hard time. All right, let's go ahead and choose another one. Norman, Daryl, Jim, Agatha, Mark, Finn. We've got Finn here, and Finn is also 5/5. All right. Finn's from the Gates of Arkham expansion, and his ability is once per day at the start of any investigator's turn. Finn may spend 1 trophy to cause any investigator of his choice to draw 1 common item. Basically, he's getting some extra items into the game. That's kind of cool. He's got a common item. He starts off with Museum Map. Before moving, discard 1 adventure card along with all monsters on it, replacing it with a new adventure card. This card cannot affect other world cards. That's kind of neat. That is definitely from the Unseen Forces one. Daisy starts off with a unique item. She is going to start off with the Burnick Carving, which is you can gain the red dice even if it's locked, which is really helpful for the second half of this game. After rolling, after a roll, discard to change the die to its highest investigation results. You may use this item on any investigator's turn. That's also really helpful. He's also going to start, she's going to start off with a spell, which is Wither, and it's a secure. And he's going to start off with a clue. And let's go ahead and get them their sanity and stamina, which I remarked yesterday, I think one of the most useless things in this game is the 5. And I still stand by that. Even though I could just pull out 2 5s for each of them and just do that. I just think that you're going to be making change a lot. It's like opening up your bar with $100 bill. For the day. It's not going to work. All right. And we're going to go ahead and start with a Mythos. And one of the things that I've discovered that I was doing wrong with the Mythos phases is that in the Omens games, and I think maybe even the Gates of Arkham, you do... So when you resolve this, each investigator discards 1 clue. Each investigator rolls 1 green dice. Each investigator that did not roll an investigation roll loses 2 stamina. So you choose one of the 2 ships, one of the two options. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and roll. We have a 50-50 chance of having to lose 2 stamina from the get-go. Daisy will go first. Can you even see that? I don't think you can. Let's go ahead and put that right there. She did not roll an investigation, so she loses 2 stamina. It's not good right from the start. Finn also rolls the same thing, loses 2 stamina right from the start. So that's awesome. We're starting in the hole already. We also need to get their icons, and Daisy was right near the top here. There we go. There's Daisy. We start them on the ship, and then we need Finn's. Finn's is a little more nondescript. If you told me that there was a Finn Edwards in this game, I would have just said, no, there's not. I would have been like, no, you're making that up. I've never seen a Finn. I've never used his ability. I couldn't even tell you what he looks like, and he looks like that. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and begin. So at midnight, we have to retreat the Omen token by 1. Now this Omen token, if it comes over here, you get a Deep 1 monster that comes out on one of the adventures. So you don't want that. If you get over to here, you don't automatically go to stage 2 until you actually do the adventure. Like you can have this here, but then you have to also do the adventures over here as well. So we're going to start there. We could go to Arcane Binding, Cathail Whispers, or Mutated Fisherman. I think what I want to do, Solitary Island, you can regain sanity or stamina. I think both of these two are just going to come here and regain 1 stamina, so they're not at full disadvantage. All right, we lock a dice, and we have to get 2 scrolls and a 3. And if we get a 3, if we get a terror, we have to advance the clock. So let's not get a terror. That would be nice. We've got 2 scrolls. And we've got enough to account for the 3. So there we go. That is that taken care of. That was nice and quick. She's going to get a clue out of that. And more importantly, she's going to advance the clue token twice. The Omen token twice. That is really helpful. She's got a 3 now. Now, for 5 trophies, I can advance the Omen token. And it's kind of nice to be able to save it for that. However, I kind of want to make sure that I'm well equipped. So I'm going to go ahead and use this 3 right away. I'm going to simply get a clue out of this. Finding rerolls are actually much more useful than any of the other items for the most part. We're going to replace it with a stage 1 adventure and then advance the clock. All right, Finn's going to go. He's also going to follow that same concept where he's going to go regain 1 stamina at the Solitary Island. He heard so much good things about it from Daisy's Yelp review of the island, or TripAdvisor review, I think. Entry, add 1 Doom token to the Doom track. Awesome, we're doing well there. Got 1 Doom token already out of 8 possible total. All right, we've got 6 dice that we're going to be able to work with here. We need to get a 2. We got the 2. And then we need to get a 3. However, this will also advance the clock. All right, that advances the clock. We're going to get 2 more tokens that direction. All right, that's actually pretty good. He's going to get this for 1, and for 1, I can discard the top card of the adventure deck. That's blech. So we're going to save that. And it's now 9 o'clock. Daisy does not want to lose anything on any sort of stuff on the advanced token here. So she's going to head over here. And she doesn't really have anything to work with. She's got 6 dice to work with. But it's also not that hard. We'll go ahead and do the 2 in the scroll first. I feel like this is going to be a better way to go. And then we have to... We've done the math on this. It's 16% chance of losing in that scenario where you have to get 1 specific dice off of 4 total. But she does it. She gets the 3. And this comes into play. Now the investigators will each lose 1 sanity at midnight, which is not good. She's going to use this to gain another clue. She's just going to keep going on that. And then we get to at midnight. I missed that show. We each lose 1 stamina. The special ability of Dagon, by the way, is that when a deep one Legion monster is discarded, it is placed next to that card instead. And essentially, if we get to the point where the Ancient One awakens, it's going to be really difficult because it attacks with the strength of how many ever Deep One monsters appear next to that card. So we kind of want to avoid that as much as possible. This one is going to be difficult. It requires 5 cards total, and neither of us have anything that really add dice yet. So I think what we want to do is continue onward. This might be the better way to go. It's going to give us a clue, and it's going to give us... Oh, she's got to come back to the ship. She's like not even back on the ship yet. Oh, and we have the new mythos to do before we even figure that out. Advance the clock and add 1 Doom token to the Doom track, or lose 2 stamina when you enter an adventure. Oh, for Pete's sakes. This is not shaping up well. So... Now, what just happened? That's so weird. That came out of nowhere. Let's see. We're going to get a Deep One monster that now appears. And you basically put it in... You start with any spot where you can put it. So this is going to go here. Doesn't seem that difficult. The thing on the back of this... This monster appears on another adventure unless you discard 1 spell. So... What I'm wondering is if I should use the museum map to get rid of that mutated fisherman or just leave it for now. Because I don't have a spell. I can let Daisy deal with it on the next turn. I think what I'm going to have Finn do is he's going to go to Solitary Island again, and he's going to go ahead and gain 1 stamina. He's now fully re-healed, but his mind is still a little messed up. Entry, add 1 Doom token to the Doom track. Oh, for Pete's sakes. We're up to 3 already. It's not good. It is, however, relatively easy to do this one, so yay. All right. Oh, and I didn't even use his ability yet, and I've got 1 trophy here that I can use to do that. So first off, we're going to go ahead and just do this. Actually, we'll do this. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, and there we go. There's the other one. So we either get 2 spells or we advance the Omen token. And the Omen token is as far over as it can go. So we're going to take 2 spells because that is going to allow me to look at, deal with that monster. Then we can get it discarded. It'll end up over there, but I'd rather do that. So he's going to come back up here. All this dice is going here. This is going to come down here. And now it's Daisy's turn. So Daisy can come here. She's got a spell that she can use to make sure that this gets discarded, and this is a relatively easy thing to do. But I think what I'd rather do, I'm going to let him use his ability now, because he can use this at the start of Daisy's turn. He's going to spend 1 investigator, spend 1 trophy, and she's going to get to choose a common item. So that's going to give her the yellow dice. The question is, do I then want to come over here and deal with Echoes of the Dream and move us on to stage 2? Now, we'd be moving fast, but we're going to get 2 of the amulet tokens out of here to start off with, and we start getting elder signs. So I think I'm going to have her do that. I'm going to have her come here. She's going to go ahead and use both items that she has, because I really want to make sure we do this. Before we get to another at midnight. All right, first up, I have to get the 2 things up top dealt with, and I can. However, I will lose 1 sanity in doing so. Then, got the wild card and 1 and 3, and that'll do it. So that is resolved. She has successfully done that. We're going to get 2 of these tokens. All right, we got the red and the yellow. This gets flipped over. There we go. And now these are going to go in the place of these dice. However, we do also have to worry about the fact that we now have 1 dice that is locked. Almost would have been better to get the green, I think. She's going to get to keep this. That's worth 4. And now R'lyeh Risen. So we got to deal with this pretty quick, because otherwise we're going to have a Doom token on the Doom track. For 4, she can gain 1 unique item or 1 spell. And I think I want her to do that. I think I want her to get a spell. So she has that to work with. Now here's the question. Do I then come over here, even though I have nothing to do as far as... I have nothing that will allow me to gain anything. These spells are kind of useless. I can use scrying before I even do that to look at the top 4 Mythos cards. And we're going to now be doing Mythos cards out of the second deck. So let's push these aside for a moment. Let's see what these... Let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna kick in with the Mythos here. Okay. That's the best one. I think that's the best one. We can move 1 to the bottom, I think. If I put this up top and I can get this dealt with, then this won't matter. Because I can do the top one and just have 0 Doom tokens added. This is also nice and easy, because I can just choose to discard a clue. I think this is the one I'm going to move to the bottom. So now I do remember what's coming. The Doom, the Deep One monster's next. I want to go deal with that. She's back on the ship. He only has the 5 dice to work with. Unfortunately, he has to get a terror at the very start. Okay. After any investigator rolls a dice, discard to defeat 1 monster. If I defeat this monster, it's going to leave me 2 skulls, so I don't necessarily want to do that. Unfortunately, I did not roll anything that I needed, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the clue. There we go. There's the terror. This defeats the monster. I think that's actually what I want to do. Except that's not going to leave me... Then I'm not going to have a spell to actually deal with that. So never mind. And I do it. I got the ones that I needed anyway. So there we go. So this is now defeated. I get a token for 2. This monster appears on another adventure unless you discard 1 spell. So I will discard this. I've now captured that as a trophy. Now the thing is, I can hold on to that and it won't go to here. It's only, I think, when you actually trade it in for the trophies that you then discard it. So technically speaking, it is still over here. I'm also going to get one clue, one ally. Ryan Dean, once per turn, you may place one stamina token on this card to have Ryan Dean add the yellow die to your die pool. Discard this card when there are 4 tokens on it. So that's good to know. He's going to come back here. He's got another 2 that he can work with, and he's got 3 trophies that he could spend. He could spend 5 trophies. I'd rather not. I think I'm going to be good with that. And now Daisy's. So it's now 9 o'clock. Daisy could come here. She's got a bunch of rerolls, but she's only got 5 dice to work with. And she has no way to add anything. She has nothing that will add a dice to her thing. So she's got to get all 5 of them to work together for her. So I think no matter what, we're going to have to deal with the fact that we're getting a Doom token on the next turn. If we came here or here, I think I'm going to go to Alien Shores. I think as horrible as that sounds, it's going to give me a chance to flip over one of the other cards. So we'll come here. Okay, well, we locked the yellow dice. We're going to flip over a Deep One Attacks card. Because what that's going to do is going to allow us to ignore the Deep One Legion monster appears. And this isn't too bad. It's not great, but it's not too bad. And so we're going to get 5 dice to roll, and we've got to get 4 specific ones. So this is going to be rough. We got some clean. This is going to be rough. We got 1 clue, 1 scroll. We're going to go ahead and use a clue. Got the other one. All right. Now we need to get 2 terror out of 3 dice. We got 1. She'll hold on. She'll put this aside and then do a reroll. There's the other one. Okay. Didn't like having to use 2 clues for that, but as I said before, I think the clues are actually better. She can either become blessed or get an elder sign. I actually think that it's better to become blessed. Believe it or not. We're going to pull an Otherworld sign out. And I forgot to put this away. As much as the Elder Signs are necessary for completing the game, I think having an extra die is of paramount utmost importance right now. So she's going to take that. This comes over here. This comes over here. She's got 3 trophies, and she's just going to go ahead and gain a common item with this time instead of a clue. The Blunderbuss basically allows you to defeat a monster when failing an adventure. So yay. Oh, and yeah, I did flip that over. So now we're going to get to midnight. At midnight, we add 1 Doom token to the Doom track, which is a bummer. Now I've got a monster. Oh, crud. This is going to add a monster to the Doom track, isn't it? I should have paid attention to that. Crud. Crud, 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 crud. So we're going to need a Doom monster somewhere. We'll go ahead and add it here. Add 1 Doom token to the Doom track for each Deep One Legion monster in play, or resolve another Mythos card. We're just going to resolve another Mythos card because we can then discard 1 clue, and that's it. We don't have to worry about anything else. That could have been a lot better, though. All right, so at the start of... He can now get rid of 1 trophy, and he's going to have Daisy draw a common item again. Tent basically, you skip the movement and resolution phase to... that's garbage. We're getting garbage common items here. All right. I think he's going to go to... he's going to go here. He's going to go to the Alien Shores to flip this over. He also gets to choose to flip one other adventure over. He's going to flip over this Deep One Attacks. There's a monster space for it, so that's good. Except we have to retreat the Omen token by 1, so we have to actually deal with this soon. This is going to be rougher than it looks, simply because you need 5 dice total. We have 1 dice that's locked. We're going to go ahead and put a stamina token on Ryan here, so they have the yellow dice to work with. All right, so we've got 3 here. I'm going to go ahead and use the Prism of Vision so I can knock this out. I can now set this to 4, and I've successfully met one of those adventures. I don't have any... Oh, good Lord, this is horrible. Set this aside, use the clue. There we go, there's the 1. So that's dealt with. We now need to get a terror on 3. Use that one. Use that one. We're going to lose this adventure, aren't we? Yep. Lost the adventure. He's going to lose 1 sanity, and we're going to lose 3 hours. That's lovely. So it is now going to advance the clock. He's still stuck there. He's kind of screwed. All right. She is going to go deal with R'lyeh as best she can. She is blessed, so she's going to get that. She doesn't have any other dice to work with that. All right, we get these 2 out of the way. She doesn't really have anything else to do, except she's going to hold on to that. And she really needs a 2 or a scroll here, otherwise she's going to lose a stamina. We're going to advance the clock twice, and all hell's going to break loose. And oh my friggin' Lord. All right, this sucks. So we're lose blessed. We're going to lose 1 stamina. We're going to advance the clock twice. Take that dice off there. She's still stuck there, so it's now going to be another 3 hours. We're past midnight, so we're going to add a Doom token to the Doom track. That's going to cause a Deep One monster to appear. So it'll appear here. And then we have to retreat the Omen track by 1, according to that. So then another monster is going to appear. We'll go ahead and put this one here, I guess. We're at three monsters, so that's not good. And then we're going to resolve another Mythos phase. Advance the clock 3 times. Each investigator regains 1 sanity or stamina, or we add another Doom token. We're just going to add another Doom token because I have a feeling that this is a doomed adventure anyway. And let's go ahead and make this a nice quick one. If we can be done in 45 minutes, that'd be great. All right, so we're not looking good. It's a new day. So he's going to go ahead and use his other trophy here to get a common item. After rolling, discard to reroll any of your dice. That's good. He's going to get 5 to work with. I'm missing one, aren't I? It's over here. It's on Wither. She never actually used it. I can't even do that. I have to add the yellow dice. I'm going to have to add some stamina. And I have to basically nail this. All right, so I got 2 and 2. I'll do that. That's not going to work, so I'm going to discard this to reroll. Yeah, it's a moot point. I'm going to lose. He's going to lose 1 more stamina, or 1 more sanity, and advance the clock again. These 2 dice become clear. At this point, I am literally just pushing us down into the bottom. I'm at the point where I would rather just go ahead and lose, because this is I want to be done with Omens of the Deep, and this has been a struggle to get through any of this. So first up, we've got that. We can go ahead and put that away. We'll go ahead and use this 2 here, trap that, and then all we need to do is get a 1 in 6 chance of rolling a scroll on this dice right here. Can we do it? I don't know if we can or not. Let's find out. No. Okay, so she's going to lose 1 more stamina and advance the clock twice. Okay, so we're going to retreat the Doom token by 1, and we're also going to add 1 Doom token to the track. So we're going to get 2 more Deep 1 monsters, which means that the Ultima Thule is wrecked. I'm going to flip this over like this. And we need to put 2 monsters out. We're going to put 1 here. Because it's already an impossible task. And we'll put 1 here, just for shits and giggles. And we have to resolve another Mythos. No effect. Or we can add 2 Doom tokens to the track and flip it. But if we add 2 more Doom tokens, the rise of the Deep One happens. And then we're kind of screwed. You know what? I've never done... This is actually true. Out of all the Elder Sign games I've played, I've never actually had an Ancient One awaken. I've just always assumed if it awakens, you're dead. It's just over. I mean, you can try, but it's just over. So I'm going to have her get rid of all of this. We're going to go ahead and add 2 Doom tokens. Now, we can't really go above 8, but I think you have to go above 8 just to show. I actually don't know. I'm gonna say that if it's got 8 spots, it's got 8 spots. All right, now when Dagon attacks, each investigator loses both sanity and stamina equal to 1, plus the number of Deep 1 Legion monsters next to this card. So each of them are going to lose 1 sanity and 1 stamina. Now Daisy was the last one to go, so he's going to be first. To do this, you have to basically roll. You have to get this, and then as many times as you do it, you'll clear that many out. So once again, he's going to put one of these on Ryan so he can get the extra dice here. He needs 2 skulls and a scroll. We got 2 of these. I don't think we get a reroll. Like I said, I've never actually been involved with an Ancient One awakening. So basically, at midnight, this Dagon will attack each time at midnight. He doesn't have any way to really re-roll. He'll focus 1, I guess, and we'll set 1 aside. Basically, you need 2 skulls and a scroll. Which it does not look like he's going to get. Okay, so that's it for him. Fails on that. I think technically they're both on here now. I'm not sure. She's just gonna disregard everything and just get fully healed up. We advance the clock. She's gonna get a 3 and 2 of these. All right, he's gonna go again. He's going to go ahead and use his last stamina on Ryan to get 1 more of these. He's going to focus that. There we go. We finally did 1. Got rid of 1 Doom token. So every time that you meet that task, you manage to remove 1 Doom token. I don't have enough dice left, so I'm going to have to let him move forward 1. Daisy's going to get to go. She's got nothing to use to reroll. She's got one skull, so she'll keep that. And it does not look like she's going to get anywhere here. Nope. All right. Well, she tried. That's going to move the clock to midnight. Let's see. When Dagon attacks, each investigator loses both sanity and stamina equal to 1 plus. So they're each going to lose 1 of each. It's not looking good for good old Finn. Once you get devoured during the attack stage, that's it. Finn's going to get to go. He doesn't have any more ways to use Ryan. He can hold on to the scroll. He's going to lose 1 otherwise. She can hold on to the skull. I don't know if that's legit or not. I really don't care. So that's that. Daisy's going to try. Just once, I would like to actually roll the actual task I need from the get-go. He's going to hold on to the skull. This is amazing to me. There's a certain futility in this that just starts to feel like my arm's just going to start getting tired. Oh, and I think I forgot I should have added another Doom token to that for the at midnight over here. All right, Michael's going to go. Did I remember to advance? I don't think I remembered to advance. I think I'm just basically pushing off the inevitable. They're going to hold on to both of these. That's not what we need. Literally, I've moved 1 token out. So I can't add another Doom token. And each of these folks are going to lose 1. So now it's just Daisy. He's devoured. Again, I don't know if we keep adding more on here. But honestly, at this point, I'm just going to keep going until Daisy's dead. Hey, we actually got one. That's awesome. And so we set the 3 dice aside. We don't have enough to really do anything else, so we go ahead and move that forward. That does not work. Move him off here. She's going to hold on to that. Yeah, failed again. Like I said, there is a certain futility in this. Especially with the 1 lock dice. I think the 1 lock dice is killing me right now. Hey, we did it. We got it again. And especially because we can only clear 1 sign at most each turn. Really just become an exercise in pointlessness. We're at midnight again. She's going to lose 2 more. I mean, 1 more, 1 of each. And I don't even know if I did the deep one thing correct here because I never gave that up. Never redeemed that for a trophy. So we also add 1 back because of the Awaken R'lyeh thing. I'm not sure what to do about the Omen token because the Omen token just makes another monster would appear. But it doesn't really matter because we've already got a bunch out. Three scrolls. Thank you. That's very useful. So let's think about this for a moment. She's got 7 more turns to go, and she's got 7 Doom tokens to get rid of, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Actually, no. She's got 11 turns to go. She's got 11 turns. However, 2 Doom tokens will be added during those 11 turns. So she's got to get 9 of the next 11 turns total to get Doom tokens off the track. So just keep that in mind. Just got 1 there. Yep. That's just going to get put aside. She's now got to get 9 out of the next 10. Not even gonna bother putting it on there. If it comes up, it comes up. It's insane. So she's now gonna get 9 out of the next 9. Which means if she fails in this next one, I'm just calling it. I'm just calling game over. She gets 1 skull. That gets set aside. Yeah. That's it. Game's over. She is not going to be able to complete this before getting devoured, so I have lost the deep. I've never actually dealt with an Ancient One Awakening before, and I have to say that was really, really freaking annoying. And I think because I've never experienced that before, I probably did not play it correctly. But it was amazing just how few times I got that particular combination of dice in as many times as I rolled it. I was fortunate that I was able to keep deep ones from getting discarded because it meant that basically it was as weak as possible. And there's only 8 Doom tokens to get rid of. I'm sure somebody with better abilities than me might be able to have better managed this, but that was harsh. That was harsh, I will say. But that is the end of Elder Sign Week. Come back tomorrow where we'll be doing more dice stuff. I've got a whole bunch of dice things. I got some new games here that I'm looking forward to playing, and we'll come back and do that tomorrow. Ciao, everybody, and talk to you later.